Cats and kittens. This is the Mad Cat, and let me tell you something. I was watching TV like I do when I'm relaxing, and I saw a preview of a movie. Yeah, that happens to almost everybody, right? But it was for a movie that has been a bit of a letdown in the franchise area, and that's what we talk about. Final Destination 5. Now, for those of you guys who have actually seen Final Destination 1 and 2, kick ass films. Now, Final Destination 3, well, it's kind of like, alright, this is not really a third one. Technically, it shouldn't be a trilogy, to the fact that all they did was remake the first film again, and they remade it craptastica. Alright, it was a craptastic film, was not very good, and would have been okay if it was the first Final Destination film. Alright, so everybody has a oops most of the time when you make a third film for any franchise or any installment for anything. It usually kind of sucks, anyways, except for a few things. Alright, and then you guys come up with Final Destination 4, which was supposed to be the final destination. That means one, you guys shot it in 3D, which was supposed to be good. It was not that good. Your 3D sucked donkey dick. All right, now you're shooting in 3D again, but it looks like this time in Final Destination 5, however, it looks really cool because they got one character, the guy who was like the pallbearer that worked in all the corner and the funeral parlor. He's in there, and he's kind of the narration of helping the. He always helps these kids survive in some way or shape and form. And the fact that they brought him back because they did not have him in 3 and did not have him in 4, which really I think hurt the films because you needed some form of actual person that was formality. I mean, yes, death is actually the killer in this thing, so it's not your typical slasher horror film. It is a different, it is death. You cannot ever escape death. These films, that's the whole thing about it. And how do you, if you can, if you're lucky? And he's back in there. And now with the previews state if you kill somebody, you get their life. So you can cheat death if you kill somebody. So my question is, great idea, sounds awesome. It's going to actually put some originality back into the franchise by using this element. Why didn't you do it 2 movies ago? I understand that Hollywood is a business, and Hollywood you have to make money. Yeah, you have to have income, but don't put trash out there. I mean, some of us will still watch it when we're drunk and whatever, and some of us just want to see what you do because there'll be the 1 or 2 scenes that is cool in the craptastic films, and 3 did have like 1 or 2 cool scenes. 4 had about I don't know a couple cool scenes. Now where this takes place with the bridge collapsing, I'm a little concerned about that because that has happened before. It's happened in the state of Minnesota rather recently, like 3 or 4 years ago. So I wonder how that's going to go state by state, especially if there's been personal tragedies. I wonder how that will affect sales. But all in all, from what I see, this looks like a film that actually will be good. It should be a few of the films that are out there, not the major players, but I think this will give Cowboy and Alien a run for its money because that doesn't look that good. This the guy who's doing it is a new director, so I'm hoping that this guy he seems like he's actually wrote and and then the guy is actually trying to be serious about it. Then the guy who wrote the script seems like he really must love the other 2 real good films of this, and their 3D is done by the same one of the guys who was responsible for doing Drive Angry and also My Bloody Valentines, which their 3D for My Bloody Valentines, it wasn't a great film, but the 3D was awesome. The 3D effects made the film. If they can at least produce a good 3D movie, they will make people happy. They can redeem this. And if you look on Wikipedia says, or somebody says, if this one goes well, they're going to do 6 and 7. So, please Stop making final cuts of stuff every time. You guys always say, this is the last one. This is the last one. Never say it's the last one because it never is. I'm going to predict that this movie is going to go well. It's going to make tons of cash. It's going to redeem itself. I'm just off the trailer. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I'm going to predict that people are going to say this is above average film. Um, yeah, so pretty much my little video blog about this movie is predicting that people will like this. Not just me, but critics will like it. I think that it's going to have the character depth. It's going to do what it hasn't done in the last two. See, the first two actually had character depth and all that stuff like that. I mean, yes, now the fourth one had tons of depth, but it did not have character development. And that's what you need in these types of films. You have to have a little bit of character development so people care to watch it. If you don't have those moments, then nobody's wanting to move forward and watch the film. Okay, but this one looks like, because the trailer itself looks kick-ass. Because I watched it on the official website. I've also watched the other one on YouTube that they have on here. It just looks like a really great idea. It looks like it flows a lot better. So, and I actually like Emma Bell. She's in it, so at least we're gonna get some eye candy because she's hot. Boobies. I like boobies. Boobies are pretty. You know why I like boobies? Because they come in pairs. There's a left and there's a right. So, and it makes something in my crotch area go doing in the middle. This film looks good. I hope it is good. I'll be honest. I mean, the previews, if you watch back, you can find the previews on YouTube. That's the great thing about it. If you look back at Final Destination 4 previews, it looked craptastic then. If you look at Final Destination 3's preview, it looked craptastic. If you just go by the previews itself, this is going to be a kick-ass film that is better than the last two. Will it be better than the first two? I think it'll be just as good, and that's what they need. Hollywood has to remember that just because you can get away with putting out crap and people will still buy it, you want people to come back to your films again. So stop making craptastic shit. Okay, let's make some good stuff. And this looks like a good one. Kudos. So this director, his name's Eric. I forgot what his last name is. This is his debut film, so obviously he's going to try his very best. You can find out all the information on their home site for the film that gives a little bit about who's in it and what they've done before in the past. And I think this is really going to be good because there's a bunch of new people that really want to do good with this film. So give it a chance. I'm going to give it a chance. Don't give up on Final Destination. This is not the last one. I think they're going to do two more. Although I think the seventh one will suck because, let's face it, you can get two in a row good, but with this franchise, they get two bad afterwards. I don't know why you guys have a craptastic record. Fix it. This is the Mad Cat, wishing everybody one thing and one thing only. May the forces of darkness get lost on the way to your house. Happy movie watching.